Hey, how you doing? This is Tom McGivern. This is the Patchogue Podcast Project, or Patchcast as we like to refer to it. Today we're at the Cliffton, and this is the Divecast. We're going to talk about a ton of stuff. It's going to be super exciting. I'm stoked, and so are these guys. We're going to dive right in with Chris and Brian. Stay tuned. Yeah.
So having the open bar was good because people got here at 9:30, 10:30, and then kind of stopped. You know?
That's awesome.
And they canceled the ball drop, so nobody went outside to go do anything.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's freaking 2019. That's the craziness. Like when I was in when I was like 8, 2019, I thought I'd be like on Mars, you know what I mean? So it's like,
But we're getting
nuts.
to the point now where like 2019 is in movies from 20 years ago
2020
as the future.
is a big one, right?
Yeah.
So we're here. We're diving right in, talking about that New Year's bash that you guys had, and we were stuck here. So, welcome. We are a Patchogue Podcast Project. I'm with Brian Neal and Chris. Your last name? Chernus. And we're just going to basically dive right in with telling us how the hell the catch got the. Well, we'll get to the catch, but how the Clifton got here.
I told you.
Good start.
Yeah, exactly.
Good start. So your question was how the Clifton
Came about. How'd you guys get here? Tell us the story behind getting here.
I've been behind a bar for 20 plus years, and I guess this was always the goal, to own a spot, run a spot in the way I thought it should be run. And at the time when this was on the market, a friend told me about it. I came to look at it, and it was a more rundown concept. And I would look at it for a couple months and walk away from it, look at it and walk away. And then some personal stuff happened in my life, which kind of painted me into a corner where I kind of had nothing to lose. And I said to myself, look, I'm going to try, see what happens, roll the dice. If I fail, I was going to pack my shit up and go to Key West, which was the dream. And I was going to get a bartending job for a year, kind of like, get some feet under me and come back, hopefully. And I went in, and it kind of worked out so far. Knock on wood, we're only a year in. But it looks like I'm not going anywhere for quite a while.
That's like the story of, every business owner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You start somewhere, and like we were out in Greenport at Andy's, a really cool bar. The guy came in late night. He was a bartender his whole life.
Yeah.
And he opened this big pub, food and everything else. I think he was a chef and a bartender.
Okay.
And he's just so relaxed. He sat down, it was late, we were having a drink, and he came in, and just shooting the breeze. The story was the same exact thing. I put everything on the line here because I was like, it's time. I want to do this, and it sounds like a good opportunity. You put yourself under the chop block.
I've been saving money, but I really didn't have enough to buy anything significant. This was in the price range. I sold my boat, which was not expensive, so I don't want to sound like I had a lot of money. It was like
your yacht.
It was an $8,000 boat. I sold to someone for $4,500 just to get rid of it.
Yeah.
I sold a car. I cashed in coin. I emptied out, safety deposit boxes, and I came up $10,000 short. And I called my mom and told her, what I wanted to do, and she was like, we could help, get you the rest of the way if you believe in this. And they came down to see what it was, and here we are.
Wow. So, Chris, how did you get here? How do you know Brian? What was the connection?
I knew Brian for a few years before I actually started working here, but we didn't really know each other. He kind of just served me drinks. I'd visit him at work because we had all the same friends when he worked at Spy Coast.
Gotcha.
In Port Jeff. And I just used to go down there, have a great time with him anytime he was behind the bar, you know. And after a while, he ended up working at The Idiot. That's where I got to know Brian a little bit more because I worked at The Idiot in Oakdale. So I used to get off work, go to that Idiot to have a drink before I went home. And me and him got to talking. I think we had a couple conversations about owning a bar because that's an aspiration of mine as well. And we just kind of started talking about stuff like that. And I got to like him even more. He opened up this place once I eventually made it down here. I love bars like this. This is my type of bar. And I think eventually I grew on him enough to where he figured out I was just as weird as he was, and I was his first hire.
Which so that we were talking before about the Instagram that you guys are doing, right? And you said that you kind of like handle a little bit of that, a little bit of it.
Well,
and you're like, hey, I'm posting whatever.
He does the Cliffton page, and then I have my own page, which has its own entertainment status on it.
Oh, so where are you on Instagram?
It's mine.
Yeah.
It's just mine. It's at ChrisChurn7B.
Gotcha.
And then that's mine. But we have like the same. I think we have like the same mentality when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't care what people think about what I post. I don't care about how they feel about what I did. And we just have a fun. We have a fun time. Like he posts just as weird shit as I do.
Yeah.
It's our only form of marketing, really, on purpose. I at this stage, I don't believe in spending money. Yelp calls all the time and asks me to advertise with them. Or Google Business, or
I don't think it would help.
Do you get the robocalls too and all that stuff, or no?
Robocalls?
The robocalls? Like your Google ad is not right and but you also get the personalized ones from Yelp.
Trust me, down the road, would I love to have like a full page ad in like the Greater Patchogue magazine that gets mailed out to 1 billion people? Yeah, but I also, believe a friend of mine who owns a small t-shirt company. One thing that he did when he started out, and I admire this kid tremendously because he's doing very well, was he said, I'd never spent $1 on advertising, and like not $1. And he was proud of it.
Yeah.
Not that he wasn't, and he worked very hard to not spend $1. It wasn't like he was cutting corners.
Yeah.
He was looking for alternative means of getting the word out there that he existed, and I think that's basically what our Instagram page is.
It's organic, so to speak. It's not you're not paying to play. You're just freaking.
The Facebook page is just a basic carbon copy of the Instagram page, but our website, just reroutes you to our Instagram page, and then if you Google our name, the Google business thing comes up and it says, there are hours and our phone number, and that's all we really want you to know.
Yeah.
Yep.
We want them to come here and find out for themselves.
Yeah. Exactly.
So on that note, like the uniqueness of this pub, what would you say the 3 most unique things are about this? You only got to pick 3. You can only pick 3. What are the 3 most unique things? You could pick yourself. You could pick a person. Whatever. You know what I mean? This could get us into trouble, but whatever.
I don't think our concept is ultra unique yet.
Dive bar.
It is unique for the area, I guess. When I was looking at, one thing about this place too is I didn't go out there searching for a bar that matched my concept. When I walked in here, I sat down for a very long time and I said, what is this place? If I buy this, what is it? I didn't go out and say, I want to find a dive bar. So I'm going to look at all the shitty bars that are for sale and I'm going to make it into a dive bar. No, I came in here and I was like, dude, this place is a mess. I was like, what is this place? Do I want to gut it? Do you want to just leave it the way it is? And that's essentially what we did. Was we left it the way it was, cleaned it up.
That's that's interesting you say that. And I'll jump in. I don't want to cut you off, but like Clint Eastwood, the director, everyone knows who he is. He always says, I read an article, very interesting, and he said, you never go into a movie saying we're going to make a great movie. You start with a concept and then you just do it. And you make sure the acting is just the acting and the setup is just the setup. You don't go in with this aura of we're going to make a 4-star movie and it's going to be an Oscar nominated.
Yeah.
And I thought that's kind of like you didn't look for the dive bar, kind of that you figured it out.
Yeah,
that's
the original concept. I looked at spaces in Bayshore where I wanted to do a totally different, higher end, not concept where things were all locally sourced and even down to the liquor. And this was not that type of place. This was around the corner, off the beaten path, hidden. Kind of like you needed to know where it was to get to it. Not speakeasy. That's one thing that I wanted to avoid.
Yeah.
But again, more intimate.
Gotcha.
Of a feel. So as far as back to your question.
So the uniqueness has grown from that.
Yeah.
It became
Three things.
It became a huge industry bar too.
Yeah.
You know,
oh
just-
yes. Yes, I know.
It became a huge industry bar just because of all the bartenders that Brian knows, and then when he hired me, all the bartenders that I know. Between both of us, we know almost every single person that works in Main Street now, and it just became probably from 1 o'clock on as the bars start closing down Main Street.
Yeah.
You get more and more industry staff in here.
Yeah,
You
that
know,
definitely is one of the more unique things. There have been concepts in town that were frequented by industry staff, I think because they were open late. But no one really billed themselves as, we're going to cater to industry staff on purpose. We give 20% off to every industry staff member in, I want to say only in Patchogue, but that's not true.
No, it's
These kids drive here from Riverhead. They drive here from Port Jeff. They drive here from Sayville.
I just-
and they get here
wow.
at 3:40.
That's pretty impressive.
I just had friends from Port Jeff here last night.
Yeah, they'll get here at 3:45 in the morning because they know that on a Tuesday, Wednesday night, Monday night, Thursday night, maybe even Sunday night, they can rely on us being here till 4, and we will serve you up until 4 o'clock. So, we give everyone 20% off, basically, who works in the industry.
Yeah.
And we don't require any kind of crazy proof because we know everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You lie to us, trust me, we're going to find
Yeah,
out.
find out, yeah.
The guy next to you is going to be like, yo, that kid worked at,
Yeah.
that place for a day.
Yeah, it doesn't
6
work
months
there
ago.
anymore.
And we
Like-
say, bye.
Yeah.
Nice try. How dare you lie?
It's true.
So that's definitely probably the second unique thing about us.
Good point.
The third thing I think would be the stupid crap we got hanging on the walls here. I mean, the drill dough is kind of famous.
It really is.
For those of you who don't know.
We'll get to the Instagram with the ad.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, you can check out our Instagram and you'll find out what the drill dough is.
Plenty of evidence on there.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
What's this little thing right here you got hanging over the pool table? Just describe it, because that's the beauty of a podcast. You can't see it, but you can describe it.
That mannequin I bought because there used to be a stage in the corner of the bar, and there used to be a DJ. And I wanted to, when I worked at Spike Coast in Port Jeff, great bar, by the way. Please go there. Tell them we sent you.
Gotcha.
They played their own music, and we kind of developed our own little playlist there that was very unique. I remember the bar got written up one time by a critic that said, one of the only places you can go and hear Biggie followed by Mariah Carey followed by,
It's true.
Walking on Broken Glass, followed by a country song, and like we were proud of that. Like the owner even too was like that's a great little thing. So since I worked there for a while and I helped build that like set list, I wanted to do the same thing here. So that stage is there, and it was taking up some space, and I wasn't super busy in the beginning. I didn't want to take it down and make the bar look empty, so I just fired the DJ and bought the mannequin, and I dressed the mannequin up like a DJ, and I put like the DJ enclosure around him. I put like lights on him.
Yep.
I put headphones on him.
Weird outfits.
He had a microphone stand. We would change his outfit for the season. And then he just got like molested by all my customers. I mean,
Yeah, I can see.
he's missing fingers.
Got some panties on. He's got a.
They used to go over to the stage and take him out from the stage and dance with him and do weird shit with him. Like literally they attacked him.
Yeah, he was
Oh,
one of the
my
more
God.
photographed things. I mean, that we had here. People would pose for pictures with him. He'd constantly be getting knocked down. And then the good thing for us is that we got busy enough where I needed some more floor space. So I was like, all right, we got to kill the stage. We don't need the fake stage DJ anymore.
Yeah, you're right.
And I always had the idea of like, how could I suspend him above the pool table? And then I don't know. One day I came in here with some zip ties, and
We
I had
figured
to
it out.
decorate for Christmas. And
I'm just looking beyond that. What's the Jeff versus Andy?
Hefe. It's Hefe versus
Hefe
Andy.
is
Hefe. I can't
is
read
I think
that.
it's Spanish term for boss, right? So
Yeah.
Andy, for all of you who don't know, is he's like our
Porter kind of.
porter, bar back,
Yeah.
cleaning guy. He's here every day. He'll be here at 4:30. He'll be here until from the moment we open the doors until the time that we leave.
Yep.
He guy works hard. He puts in easy 100 hours a week.
Awesome.
He got hired because he was coming in after his job at the bodega and having some beers and unwinding, and he just started to help me. And he would hang out to the end and say, Brian, let me help you with the garbage. Let me help you mop the floor. Let me help you do this. Give me, like, he put the stools up. And he was helping so much, it got to the point where it became uncomfortable, where I sat down and I said, okay, sit down with me. do you want a job here or not? You know,
Yeah.
because it was he was paying for his Budweisers, yet he's taking out my garbage. So I didn't want to just start giving him free drinks. I'd rather have him pay for his drinks and pay him to work here and have a job if he wanted one.
Yeah.
And that's what ended up happening. So since he's Puerto Rican, he calls me Jefe. We have a good relationship. He's got a lot of personality.
Yeah.
Everyone loves him. He's a very genuine guy.
He's another
And
unique part of the sport.
Yeah.
For sure.
we taught him how to play darts, and that is me, Jefe, versus him in darts.
That's their
I beat him
overall
up
score.
Gotcha.
That's only since we started counting.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I beat him like another 50 times before
Yeah.
that.
Wow.
But I started counting, and it's an ongoing joke. So the other day when I was doing the letterboard, I figured it would be funny if I, without telling him, just put our score up there.
That's hysterical.
So he's walking around the other day, and he sees it, and he goes, "Ah, you motherfucker!" You know, he's like, "You're unbelievable."
We love
You know,
him. We
and then
love it
I'll-
with him too.
I'll
He-
change it to something else, you know,
Yeah.
eventually.
He has no Instagram. He has no Facebook.
Yeah.
So all the stuff that we post of him, he's pretty much like Patchogue famous now, where everybody that comes in here, like we said, it's a lot of industry staff. They know him because
Yeah.
he's here all the time. So when
Yeah.
he walks around town, they recognize him and they're like, "Oh, Andy, you know, we saw the post today. It was really funny." Like we'll post dumb pictures of him
I've seen
or
pictures.
like
I've
stupid
seen some
videos
of the
of him
videos.
doing
I've
weird
seen 'em,
stuff.
yeah.
The guy
And he's
hasn't-
like, he has no idea what they're talking about because he hasn't seen it because
Yeah.
we don't tell him that we posted it.
And he had no cell phone.
And
to
he has
look
no,
at
yeah,
it.
and he has no cell phone to look at it. So he's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" like, especially the ones where we're really making fun of him and like picking on him. He has no idea what
Or
we're
even
talking,
just
what they're talking
strangers.
about.
You know,
Yeah,
I think like he walks down the street and he'll be like, "Yo," he's like, "I walk down the street now." He's like, "These people just know my name." He's like, "Who are these people?"
Yeah, they just know who
He's
he
like,
is.
"I can't go anywhere." People are like, "Yo, Andy," and he's like, "What's going on?" So like, I kind of started to show him,
Oh,
like,
my
"Well, this is
God.
what Instagram is, and this is what we posted yesterday about you." Remember when I had the phone out and he's looking at it, like, you know, seeing it for the first time. It's very entertaining.
it really
because
is.
It's almost like he's been in like a time capsule for so
And he
long.
just woke up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's
thawed out or something.
He's Encino Man or something, you know, like.
That's actually a really good reference.
Yeah.
That's a great reference for him. Oh my
Like, the
god.
fucking guy doesn't pay for a drink in town now. Like, you know, I
I
mean,
mean,
I
he
go
goes to
out
bars and gets free drinks
all the time.
all the time.
I go
Wow.
out and
Because
like,
they
you know,
recognize, they're like, "Oh, it's Andy. Bud's on us, bro."
well, he drinks
Yeah.
Budweiser, Bud
Yeah.
Light, so it's not
Yeah.
a lot of money. But they'll be like, "That one's on us. We love you to death. You know, you
Oh,
going to work
man.
today?" He'll be like, "Yeah, I got to go to work in an hour." They'll say, "That one's on us, honey." The girls at Rum love him.
Love him.
I mean, he walks in there and he just like sweet talks them. You know, "Hey, sweetie, how are you? Beautiful. Your hair looks great today."
Awesome.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
hilarious.
God, when you coming by again? They come by to see him.
Yeah, they do.
So you got like so it sounds like as you guys have kind of grown into this more and more, right? You got definitely a family vibe.
Without a
You know,
doubt.
it's becoming a family.
Without a doubt.
You know, if you wanted to mention anybody else that works here, that's totally fine. You know,
That
I'm
was on
rolling
my-
right into the next thing. You know, I want to talk about it. Basically, what you're most proud of. You know, so just kind of combine it all together. What's whatever. What are you most proud about on the bar? And what are people doing here? Who's working here? Whatever.
Honestly, I think I'm most proud of not only where the bar was when I bought it to where it is now, as far as the level of business that we're doing compared to what it was doing was very low. And it was, you know, people were like, "How are you going to change it?" This was for sale for over a year, and 1 million people apparently walked away because it was unchangeable. It was stuck in that concept. It's never going to be anything. It's never going to do anything.
And it was
it's
in
never
bad
going to make
shape,
any
right?
money.
Yep.
You know, and it was scary. So I'm definitely proud of that. But as far as like operational wise, day to day, I think I am most proud of that family mentality that we have here, and I think there's a definite working together aspect. You know, I ask, you know, Chris isn't a partner here, but I ask his opinion on everything.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, I look at Chris as in the future, like, you know, when Chris is ready to open up a spot, if I don't have money to open up spot number 2, and Chris needs, you know, the extra funds, like I'd be right there and say, "I'll go into business with you."
Yeah.
You know, if you're leaving
It's
me,
incredible.
if you're leaving me here, you know, I'm going to miss you. But you know, if you're going somewhere else and you need some money, like I need a second spot too. Like you run it, I trust you. I'll stay here. You know, by then I'll have more staff.
I mean, at the end of the day, right, the owner is the person who cuts the checks.
Yeah.
You know, so if the partner is somebody, whatever, hey, I will go partners with you, but we're cutting the checks together. You know, we're paying the bills. I mean, that's what it is, boils down to.
Yeah,
know?
and also
And that's
too.
freaking something to say that, you know, that's a good bond to have with your employees. Like, hey, there's an opportunity, I'm in, you know?
I got closer with him in 6 months than I think most of the friends I've had ever in my life.
Yeah.
Well, it's also because we spend so much goddamn time together.
Yeah.
Literally, I spend more time here than in my own house. He does the same.
I think one thing too that makes us on the even playing field, like, I don't really look at Chris as like an employee unless I have to, like, unless he fucks up.
Yeah.
And I have to yell at him, like, whatever, like, at the time he left the back door open on mistake.
Yep.
I have to bring that up.
Yeah.
But other than times like that, he's extremely talented at what he does. He does things exactly as I would do them, which makes things easy. And we're still in such a growth phase that I think that we're on such an even playing field, because, like, I'm not making any money here yet personally. We're throwing it all back into the business.
Right.
So me and Chris bartend here.
Yeah.
Like I make money with tips. I don't take money out of the drawer at night and put it in my pocket and walk home and go, awesome, that was a great night. I just made $1,000.
Yeah.
That money,
Goes
every
right back
dollar
in.
goes
Yeah.
right back in.
Back
And there's
into
a list a quarter mile long of stuff that
more
we need to
things.
get to.
Right.
And thank God, we had a good first year, because those things that we do, we're doing for our customers, we're doing to make the place better. But we're equals, me and Chris. Like, Chris works 5 days a week, and I work 3. Chris makes more money that week than I do.
Yeah, right.
I own the place, but
It's true.
I'm still just a bartender.
Yeah.
Like, I write checks. That's about it. I just got more responsibility.
And that's normal. I think that's very normal for any business. I'm in business. I've owned a landscaping business. My money, I got paid a salary, whatever was left over after everything else went to pay for everything else. So whatever I made, and I was working in it. It wasn't like, oh yeah, guys, go out and cut 50 lawns today. I was cutting the lawns right along with them. So
That's one of the things I respect about him most.
Yeah.
But I've been bartending about 9 years now, and never once did I have the owner bartending with me. Like, for the year anniversary party, we bartended together. Other special events, we bartended together.
Yeah.
I've never had somebody in the trenches with me before that's also an owner. Any of the places I've worked for, they were either never there, or they were there but never behind the bar. And I think it makes a big difference, because he sees exactly what's going on at the bar, just like a bartender does.
Yeah.
If the sink is leaking, he knows about it because he's using it every day. It's not one of those problems where you bring it up to the boss and they don't care because they don't touch it.
Right.
I think that's a really, really big part of why
And
this
then when
bar runs so well. He's touching everything that's in the bar every day.
Yeah, or they say, a bar owner has come to me in the past and said, like, hey, why is this fridge light, broken? And you go, well, I've been here a year and a half.
It's been broken for a year and a half.
It's been broken for a year and a half, actually.
Yeah. No, he's right.
And they they furious at you.
That
and
happens.
Like, well, I don't know. It's been like that forever.
That happens,
That's how it
so
is.
much at bars. So much. Nobody thinks it's a problem, so nobody says anything about it, and it literally goes unfixed for a year.
Yeah.
I worked as a waiter up at a place called Tully's upstate, and the manager, right? There was a manager, and the owners were. I never met the owners ever, but there was always this. We were in. We went to, where did we go? We went to Outback, something like that. We had a gift certificate. Go to there, right? And the guy's helping us, and we have a gift certificate. We give it to him. We ask the manager, and the manager's like, "Oh yeah, he needs that back," because we were looking to leave. And he's like, and then so we're like, "Hey, Mike," and he's like, "I don't need it back. We're all good." So I was leaving a tip on the thing, whatever. He's like, I'm like, "Oh, we asked her." He's like, "I'm sure you did." Like, the manager's like, she don't know shit. I know more than she does, because I've been here 8 years. She's been here 6 months or whatever it was, But being the owner, being in the trenches, you're on top of things, and it creates more of that family environment. Like over at Fulton Skate, you'll see James is always there. I mean, like,
absolutely.
He's in
James
tune with it's a family,
owner.
creating a family. Tomorrow's Pub, same thing.
We
very
work
family.
with James all the time. I mean, like, we're the last two concepts, at the end of town. Like, when you look at the downtown Patchogue, it looks to me like the post office is kind of going to be where they draw the line.
Yeah.
I think they want the post office, which is a beautiful building. They just spent a whole bunch of money rehabbing it, to be in town. And then after that, like a lot of the buildings change to some automotive uses and stuff that maybe 10 years from now
Change the uses,
will feel more downtowny. But that's a big lift. Since me and James are the last two down here, and now the brewery's at the other end of town, we're constantly trying to work together to, say, like, okay, like, how do we make the eastern end of town
Pull more people this way.
rememberable,
Yeah.
not forgettable. Like, I don't want people to forget about us down here. I want to draw them down. And trust me, I want them to come here first, stop at Fulton second, or go to Fulton's, and when they're at Fulton's, they're going to be, hey, while we're down here, the Clifton's around the corner, let's go grab a drink. I think we were talking the other day, I gotta bring this up to James, about that free drink thing or whatever.
Yeah.
You go to Fulton's will hopefully, if they agree to this. So James, if you're listening, listen up. We're gonna try to work with them. We're like, if you come here, you get a drink ticket for Fulton's, not here. And then if you go to Fulton's, you get a drink ticket.
Oh, that's
us.
cool. Yeah, it's a great idea.
When you cash out. So, you're leaving already. Hey, Tom, you say, Brian, cash me out. And I go, hey, by the way, here's a free drink at Fulton's, if you're headed into town. That way, if you're walking around the corner, you're going to at least
go and
acknowledge it and be like, you know what, I'll hold it for another time.
Or you're going to even pop in and go, yeah, this is someplace I would like, because some people don't even know I'm here still or Fulton's is there, since we're on the eastern edge of town.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we still have people coming in for the first time.
Yeah.
This summer was a huge exposure for the bar, I think.
Yeah.
We were way busier than I think both of us anticipated this summer. And a lot of first-timers, a lot of everything. I think this summer is going to be great just because so many people know about us already. The word's spreading.
Yeah.
Like they're telling their friends. Like people come in, they run in the door, they want a ghetto sangria, and they want to play with the drill dough. Like because that's what they were told about this place.
Yeah. They want to write on the bathroom wall.
Yeah, they want to write on the bathroom wall.
And take a picture of themselves, writing on the wall or whatever. It's.
So you guys know. So we're sitting here, right? We're at the bar. Got the music going. TVs are on. We're not open yet. Mm-hmm. And I see all these receipts next to you. So I want to get to that before we miss it. And what is going on over there?
So I'm going to call some people out here.
Yep.
We have
this is part of the family, so to speak.
Yes.
Because family does often.
A lot of these people we actually like.
Oh yeah. The thing I don't like these people.
Busting chops. Go for it.
I'm going to bust some chops. I got to read off a couple people here that had some open tabs for quite a while that I'd like you to please at least show up and, if you don't remember, ask. Most of them are dated. You still get your 20% off, but we have Ryan and Adam from the other night who were playing darts. We have Chris from the tap room.
Oh.
Please, show back up. Zach from the Idiot, you owe me $9.
$9, get over here.
$9, you jerk.
Lee. Lee
the mechanic.
Yeah, Lee the mechanic who doesn't own a car.
Hey, can I open a tab?
Yeah, no.
Credit card, please.
Lee owes $199 and has for 3 months. I don't know. Lee better be dead by now. Craig. We have Craig, who I always say Craig from Fulton's because he always goes to Fulton's. Come in and pay your tab, buddy. Sam from Tycho. Tycho Sam, you owe me $12 again. Stop opening tabs.
Yeah, what I love about Sam is he comes in, pays his tab that he owes, opens a tab, and leaves
then
on
walks
that
out
tab.
on it.
Every time.
So he comes in, he'll pay the $12, and he'll be like,
no
give me
problem
Don
either.
Julio on the rocks, and then he's gone. So then there's another one for $12.
And he'll pay it no problem, too. Like, we could tell him it's $120 to be like, oh, yeah, that's fine. And he'll pay the tab because he has no idea. He has no idea how much he spent when he was here.
Yeah.
So, but he pays it no problem every time.
And you have him up. You have him hanging right here.
Yeah, they're up.
And
they're on the main TV.
Ricky Torelli, as soon as your credit score gets above 15, I'd like you to somehow come in and pay this $69 or any tab, actually, without disputing it for the first time ever. And that's it. That's the last one I want to mention. So
pay your bills.
If you're on that list, please come in. We do this for a favor. We don't ask you for cards because we know you. And I don't want to say, hey Tom, give me a credit card like I think you're going to possibly walk out. But people walk out.
Yeah.
And then we have to do this. We have to chase you.
Yeah.
And this was a problem in Port Jeff at Spikos. Like it was the same feel. Like I used to.
You get it.
Hold on one second.
Go right ahead.
Same thing happened to me at Portside. Like I said a month ago, I took all the tabs that were here and all the tabs that I personally had at my bar in Portside. I bartend there on Fridays.
Yeah.
And I called everybody out on Instagram and Facebook. It's the same concept. Like the owner there is comfortable letting us open tabs without a credit card for our friends or people that we know or regulars. And some people abuse it.
Yeah. It's going to happen.
So that's it.
It's all right. So in the future, we're going to get people to pay their bills, but on a bigger scale. I noticed that you guys did the outside. You have the outside area, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
When I came here, that's where I hung out. I had a beer. It was can at the time only, and
still cans.
And we were out there. It was during the summer. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Now, so what's in store for the future overall for you guys? Where are we moving forward to? What's in store?
There's probably like 6 things on the radar for me this year. Some infrastructure-wise, that are big ticket items, but. as far as what the customers will see, that'll be changing this year. We're moving forward in working with the village and trying to get some leeway on the food truck idea for our patio.
Okay.
Patchogue has a moratorium against food trucks being on the public road. But the way I designed the patio and the gate was to allow access for a truck to be on our property. Now, we don't own the property, but I have a lease here that, so I have this for the next 10 years. We'd like to see a food concession trailer outside on our patio that becomes our kitchen and part of our food concept.
Very unique, yeah.
Where, in the colder weather months, we'll figure it out, whether you walk out to the truck or we have a ticket system that gets sent back remotely. But we want you to have the experience of ordering from like a food truck or food concession trailer that, when I'm trying to find one that's from like the 80s, the 70s, has a unique look. We're going to put a logo on it, and it's not going to look like a carnival ride. It's going to look like almost like an Airstream type feel. They're actually old Winnebagos that have been converted, and we're trying to work towards a 10 to 15 item simple menu. We're not trying to win a Michelin award for food. We're trying to provide food until 2 a.m. off the truck in the future, and then pass to a super simple late night menu where it's maybe 2 fried items and the pizza that we do here 24/7.
Right.
Until 4 a.m.
The bar pizzas that we sell a crazy amount of.
Yeah, I bet it's awesome food to eat with drinking.
It's drunk food. People love it.
You said six or so things. Anything else that you wanted to toss out there before you forget?
The continued development of the patio, the northern-facing wall, which is kind of unfinished. Our plans are to grow some ivy on there and kind of bring that wall to fruition and backlight it. There are 8 televisions going up on the wall outside once the weather gets a little bit warmer.
Yeah.
And some custom-made TV boxes, which we have in store and already built, that we're excited about. The other things, we have a drink wheel coming in, which is kind of important. It's the first thing I guess I'll mention it publicly. I used to work at Billy's in Port Jeff, which is now reopened. So if you're ever in Port Jeff, also go to Billy's. Definitely part of my history.
Awesome.
They used to have this drink wheel that would spin, and their concept with the drink wheel was whatever it landed on was $2 for 20 minutes or a half an hour, and they always used the drink wheel on the weekends. I think we're going to use the drink wheel for a special during the week where it stays out all night, and for our happy hour. And we're going to use it in a similar fashion where
that's awesome.
We spin the wheel every 30 minutes, and whatever it lands on is a super cheap price. There's probably 30 things on the drink wheel. One thing I'm excited about is we actually got our hands on the original drink wheel from Billy's 1890.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Because the Billy's had that fire and some stuff disappeared. The wheel is safe, and the old owner, who now reopened Billy's, offered it to me. And I asked him about it. I said, "Hey, what are you doing with the wheel?" And he's like, "Do you want it?" I go, "On loan. You could always have it back. But I'd like to hang it here, display it, and use it. That way it's being used and it's not collecting dust."
That is super.
It's pretty cool.
That would be
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
So on that topic, talk about the specials. What do you guys like? What do you guys got going on? Like, I know you guys do $2 beers, free.
Yeah, our happy
stuff.
hour every day, even on Saturday and Sunday, which I don't think anyone else really does.
No, nobody does.
Especially not on Saturdays.
Always till 8 o'clock. Right now in the wintertime, we're open 7 o'clock Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Right.
During the warmer months, we're open at 4. So you get full 4 hours of happy hour Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But Thursday through Sunday, happy hour from 4:30 to 8 o'clock, everything's half price, which brings all of our mixed drinks down to a maximum of $6 a pop, and that's for the highest end stuff.
Wow.
You can get a mixed drink for $4. Right? I mean, if you get the vodka soda,
If you get a rack vodka soda, it's $4.
$4 until 8, and then all of our beers are just $3 during happy hour.
Yeah.
To make it nice and easy. So whether it's an $8 tap that down the block is $3 here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we do that on Saturday, which not many people know about. So if you want to come early on a Saturday and watch a football game that starts at 4, you're drinking for half price.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
That's awesome.
On Sundays for football season, we did free wings, which I wish was a little bit busier than it was. We're not really a sports bar.
Yeah.
But we're hoping that next year with the televisions outside, maybe they'll get a little bit more
of a
traffic.
following.
Yep.
And our prices are low. I mean, we always have some rotating specials on the dry erase boards behind the bar. Whatever beer that we could buy at a discount for whatever reason, whether we buy it in bulk or it didn't sell well, we offer it to our customers at the cheapest price as possible.
Yeah, yeah.
Like this oatmeal cookie stout. I have like 10 cases of it. Please come in and drink it. It's $3. It's not bad. I drink it all the time, but it's a beer you can only have one or two of.
Yes,
So I have all this oatmeal cookie stout. It's a cold weather beer. So I'm looking to get rid of that by March.
Yeah, we always have the ghetto sangria for $5 at all times as well.
Oh yeah. Nice.
That's a big staple of this place. He made it actually as a joke when he first invented it, and it turned into something that we have to batch 3 gallons of and have it on hand at all times. Otherwise, we're going to run out of it.
Yeah.
So it became super popular.
So as we kind of wrap things up here, let's talk about the social media so that people are, where do they find you? It's basically, at the Cliffton, but like talk about it.
Yeah, our Instagram is our main kind of source of advertising. It's at the Cliffton Bar.
Yep.
On Instagram. There's actually a live counter in the bar right there, which is kind of cool. So if you sit here at the bar and you follow our page, you could literally watch the number behind the bar change. So you kind of get some like recognition, for following us. Like somebody followed us the other day, and they were the 1,200th follower, and they were like, "What do I get?" And I gave a beer. I'm like, "Well, I didn't have a plan, but I didn't realize that you were 1,200. That's a big accomplishment.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Here's a beer and a shot. Like we kind of toasted."
I look at your guys' Instagram every single day.
It's entertaining.
I know it got light after after New Year's. I was like, "Where's these guys? Where are these guys?" It was like something about the hangover of it, and then like suicide prevention. It was like,
that was
for Zach.
Zach at the Village Idiot is a big Chicago Bears fan. If you saw that last game, I was thinking about him as they lost. So that was just a joke. Yeah, no one's actually killing themselves.
Well, anything else you guys want to add, talk about, or as we wrap it up here?
People have been bugging me about hoodies, T-shirts, logos, and stuff like that. Those are on the way. I promise you. If you want to get to the Instagram on a computer, the easiest way to get there probably is to go to www.fuckthecatch.com. That is the website that we have. That in the future we'll probably sell our T-shirts and stuff. But right now it reroutes you to our Instagram page at the moment.
Gotcha. All right, so I can't let that one go.
Yes.
Chris mentioned it earlier. We definitely know it's out there. If you say what you want to say about it and just the background or whatever it is.
I will tell the same story I tell all of my customers who come in and ask. The Catch is a concept restaurant relatively nearby, and at the time they opened, I was living with my girlfriend at the time across the street, and we ended up going there and meeting the owner and having dinner, and we had a good experience. And while we were sitting there, he offered her, a job catering. So she started working there for a little bit, and things were going relatively good. And then I leave out most of the grimy details, and I just tell people that let's just say that the owner likes to play with other people's things. And I tell people the food was good, the drinks were good, but I like to spend my money with good people. And what I experienced at that point in time was not something that good people do. And that's what I tell everyone, to stay within the lines as much as I can, because I know I've heard some crazy stuff from their former employees, like just to watch myself. That's the way I describe it, in order to kind of toe the line.
Enough said, because it's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like bang
I'm
right
not
there.
shy about it.
But so is the drill, though. So is, you walk in, you see a restroom. It says restrooms, no penis to the left, penis to the right. I mean, that's just, you're out there. It's like,
One thing and I'll say this publicly, if there's any contradiction to, my version of the story, I'd be more than happy to sit down publicly and discuss, in their opinion, what went down, because that would be entertaining for me to hear their version of the truth, I guess, the story.
I hear you. Have a nice poop. That's what it says on the wall there.
Yeah, my mom got me that.
There's a lot of random shit on the walls here.
I love it.
Story behind everything.
And that's a lot of pubs. I mentioned that to somebody I was recently talking to. I mean, every pub when you're in it, there's tons of stuff going on. You don't know what's what, and this is definitely one of those places that has a lot of memorabilia and everything else. It's a very memorable place when I'm here. I get that vibe huge. So thanks for freaking being on here, man. This was awesome.
Thank you, Tom.
I'm loving it. I love the sweatshirt, by the way. I won't say what's on there, but it's freaking pretty cool.
Thank you.
This has been the Divecast. We had the Pubcast. This is the Divecast. I'm going to run out of... Those were perfectly set up. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Divecast.
Yeah, if you want to offer too, I mean, if anyone comes down here and mentions that they heard this and they listen all the way to the end, because this is all the way at the end, if you mention that you heard this, Divecast, come on in and we'll throw you a shitty beer on the house without a doubt.
Love it. I love it.
Everyone who sat here for 40 minutes will get something.
Thanks guys. I really appreciate the opportunity to be here, and I'm looking forward to being down here again, definitely in the summertime, and hanging out. So this has been the Patchogue Podcast Project. Visit these guys on Instagram at the Cliffton Bar, and visit us at Patchcast. Thanks a lot for listening.